The young Sheldon universe is expanding yet again, and fans have something exciting to look forward to. With the upcoming spin-off centered on Georgie Cooper and Mandy McAllister's life together, the show is bringing back familiar faces, including Lance Barber, who plays George Cooper Sr., Sheldon's father. But how exactly will he return, considering his character's fate in the Big Bang Theory timeline? Let's dive into what this means for the new series, how his presence could shape Georgie and Mandy's story, and the creative ways the writers could bring him back. The new spin-off, a fresh chapter in the Cooper family saga. After years of watching Sheldon Cooper's childhood unfold in Young Sheldon, CBS has greenlit a spin-off focusing on his older brother, Georgie, and his wife, Mandy. Their dynamic, filled with charm, humor, and heartfelt moments, became a breakout success in Young Sheldon's later seasons. Georgie, the eldest of the Cooper siblings, always had a knack for business but struggled academically. Mandy, an older woman who unexpectedly fell for him, initially resisted his charms. However, their relationship blossomed, leading to parenthood and marriage. Their story, filled with love, struggles, and the realities of young parenthood, struck a chord with viewers. With this spin-off, the show transitions from Sheldon's world to a more grounded, family-driven sitcom, likely focusing on the challenges of balancing work, love, and raising a child. While the exact timeline and setting haven't been officially confirmed, it's expected to pick up after Young Sheldon's finale. The biggest surprise, however, is the return of Lance Barber as George Sr., a character who, as Big Bang Theory fans know, passed away when Sheldon was just 14. This raises the question: how will he fit into the new show? Lance Barber's return, a clever narrative twist. Since George Sr. died before Sheldon left for Caltech at 14, his return in a show focused on Georgie and Mandy presents intriguing storytelling possibilities. There are several ways the writers could incorporate Lance Barber back into the show without disrupting the established Big Bang Theory canon. 1. Flashbacks, a window to the past. One of the most logical ways to bring George Sr. back is through flashbacks. Young Sheldon has already utilized this technique to add emotional depth, often showing how past events shaped the present. Given that Georgie and Mandy will likely be navigating married life and parenthood, reflecting on George Sr., its influence could be a natural way to incorporate Lance Barber's character. Perhaps Georgie recalls moments of wisdom or humor from his father as he tries to be a good husband and father himself. Flashbacks could provide heartfelt moments where Georgie remembers lessons his father taught him, maybe about running a business, handling responsibilities, or the importance of family. These glimpses into the past would not only honor George Sr.'s memory, but also strengthen Georgie's character development. 2. Dream sequences. Conversations beyond time. Another creative approach could be using dream sequences. Dreams allow characters to process their emotions, regrets, and memories in unique ways. Georgie, as a young father, might struggle with doubts and insecurities. What better way to explore these feelings than through imagined conversations with his late father? In a dream, George Sr. could appear to offer advice, guidance, or even comedic relief. These dream interactions could serve as a way for Georgie to channel the lessons his father imparted, adding both emotional weight and humor to the series. 3. Old home videos. A nostalgic connection. A particularly touching way to reintroduce George Sr. could be through old home videos. Maybe Georgie stumbles upon VHS tapes of his father offering advice, recording family moments, or simply being his warm yet flawed self. This method would allow the show to weave George Sr. into the present while keeping him rooted in the past. It could also serve as a way for Georgie's child to meet their grandfather, reinforcing the generational themes of the show. 4. Alternate storytelling devices. While flashbacks and dreams are the most straightforward, the showrunners could get even more creative. They might introduce a narrative device like a journal or letters from George Sr. that Georgie discovers, revealing insights about his father he never knew. Alternatively, if the show wants to lean into humor, they could present George Sr. as Georgie's inner voice, his subconscious guiding him through difficult situations in a way that mimics how George Sr. might have actually reacted. How Lance Barber's return could impact the story. Bringing Lance Barber back is more than just fan service. It's an opportunity to deepen Georgie's character and reinforce the family's legacy. 1. Georgie's growth as a father. George Sr. wasn't a perfect man, but he deeply loved his kids. If the new show highlights Georgie learning from his father's strengths and mistakes, it could add emotional richness to his parenting journey. For example, Georgie might struggle with balancing work and family, just as his father did. Seeing glimpses of how George Sr. handled similar challenges could provide Georgie with perspective, and sometimes a realization of what not to do. 2. Exploring the Cooper family's emotional healing. After George Sr.'s passing, the Cooper family endured significant struggles, especially Mary, who leaned heavily on religion to cope. While the spin-off primarily follows Georgie and Mandy, it could also touch on how George Sr.'s memory still influences the family. Sheldon may have focused on his academic future, but Georgie took on responsibilities early, helping provide for the family. By revisiting George Sr.'s legacy, the show could offer a deeper look into how Georgie shaped his own values from his father's example. 3. Honoring the Cooper family legacy. Throughout young Sheldon, George Sr. was portrayed as a loving but flawed father, a contrast to the harsher image painted by Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. Over time, young Sheldon softened this perception, showing a more nuanced and sympathetic portrayal of George Sr. By bringing him back in the spinoff, the show can continue this redemption arc. It allows the audience to appreciate George Sr. in a new light, through the eyes of Georgie, rather than Sheldon. What this means for fans. For longtime fans of the Big Bang Theory universe, Lance Barber's return is a nostalgic and exciting development. It signals that the spin-off isn't just a standalone story, but a continuation of the Cooper family's journey. Moreover, it suggests that the new show won't forget its roots. While the focus will be on Georgie and Mandy's new life together, the presence of George Sr., even if only through memories, dreams, or flashbacks, will tie the past and present together in a meaningful way. Viewers who grew attached to George Sr. in young Sheldon will likely appreciate seeing him one last time. And for those who always wanted to know more about Georgie's perspective, this spin-off provides the perfect opportunity. Final thoughts. The Georgie and Mandy spin-off is shaping up to be an exciting new chapter for the young Sheldon franchise. With Lance Barber reprising his role, the show has the potential to add depth, nostalgia, and heartfelt moments. Whether through flashbacks, dreams, or other creative storytelling methods, George Sr.'s presence will enrich Georgie's journey as a father and husband. His return isn't just a callback, it's a way to honor the Cooper family's story and the legacy of young Sheldon. As fans eagerly await more details, one thing is certain: the Cooper family saga isn't over yet. And with Lance Barber back, it's sure to be an emotional, humorous, and deeply satisfying ride.